This is the 6th time I've tried to record this video. Now I really must make it quick because I've got to go to work. But I just get so wound up and I go off on tangents because obviously there's a lot to talk about to do with the case of missing woman Suzanne Morphew, okay? I'm just going to try and address the things that I wanted to speak about in this brief video. I would like to make more Suzanne Morphew videos. I would like to talk about scenarios, okay? But no matter what I say, I'm copying it from both sides, and I guess now I'm doing that to someone else. The reason why I do this, though, is because I think it's important that we base any theories and any investigation, we base it on fact, okay? And when there's no fact, there is no excuse to spout shit and rumor in comment sections and in videos, not at this late stage, not many months after Suzanne Morphew went missing. So Suzanne Morphew is a woman from Maysville, Colorado, and she's been missing since around Mother's Day last year, so quite a long time. And her husband, Barry Morphew, well, a lot of people, you know, have him down as the perpetrator, okay? So have him down as causing Suzanne to disappear. They think that he murdered her. Now, Lauren Schaff has made a video saying, are you curious about George? And George is a friend of Barry's that has some sort of, you know, army background or military background anyway for the United States. And he helped in the initial search. He's helped cover some ground, and I'm not going to go down those tracks either, okay, because I've got to make this quick and I want to be clear and not get all convoluted, and I don't want to get upset because it makes me very upset. Simply because it's an injustice to Suzanne when you spread rumors and lies, and I guess a false fact isn't really a thing, is it? I mean, it's just not a fact. But you know, when you spread things around, it's not useful, and you're not actually helping the woman that you profess to care deeply about and want to find. You're actually harming the investigation because it's a waste of time, and you get all these people online and everything, you know, going down these false roads, and it's not right, okay? And it's not finding Suzanne that way. So Lauren Schaff, she's still got connections to Chris McDonough, and she is not pursuing on Fox 21 anymore the missing person case of Suzanne Morphew, okay? And Lauren Schaff makes videos on her own channel. She's got one saying, are you curious about George? So as I've explained, George is an acquaintance or friend of Barry Morphew. Now, in Lauren Schaff's comment section, you've got Bozy Boz, okay? Bozy Boz. I don't know if she's oh, look, let's just say it seems that her temple knickers get very tingly when she thinks about Barry. But, you know, she's on the Barry Dunnett side of the fence, right? Which, okay, it might be the case. It may not be. But you're not going to find out how he done it by spreading lies. Now, Bozy Boz, at this late point in time, you should know better than to say the things you have, because they're actually not true. So Bozy Boz is wanting to say that Barry and George have both said things that are false about the finding of the bike. They, according to her, have lied about who was where when, okay, to do with being at 224 and 50, okay, on May the 10th in the evening. Now, this is quite repulsive because there is no excuse. She can, if she's not sure, she can go back and check, okay, instead of just making up fibs and actually saying, Barry and George have lied. Look at this. Wow, they lied. Look, it was the sheriff's office who was at that site first, okay? Just put that to rest. And that's all you need to know, boysy boys, okay? Look, boysy boys, if you're trying to make purple and you don't know you need cyan and magenta, then shut up about purple, because you don't understand purple and you're never going to make purple, okay? Because you don't know the ingredients you need, okay? So you can try and make purple out of green, yellow, orange. You're never going to get there, okay? You need cyan and magenta, or some of you blue and red. So that's one thing. So that's in the comment section, or at least it was. It's a complete lie what she said. It's just false. And you know, and it's said with glee. See, these things are said with glee because they then just keep backing up all the beliefs that you have, and you don't see how damaging this is to solving the case. If you can't see that it's pointless to work on an investigation without the truth, the facts, it's meaningless. You're not getting anywhere, and you're harming your case. So the next thing is, then you've got and then you've got Tara Puckett wanting to contact Lauren and saying, look me up. And if you look Tara Puckett up, you'll see that she's quite fond of leaving reviews for the Wacky Backy and Salida. Quite positive ones. She's very happy with their quality product. And speaking of Puckett, this is another thing that is in the video in the comment section. Someone else says, oh, so, you know, there's, you know, Shirley Morphew knows the Pucketts. This is evidence that Barry Morphew set Jeffrey Puckett up. This is evidence? This is evidence? Okay, you might say, look, could we put it on the table that, you know, Barry knew of Puckett and his background and thought that he would be a really good patsy, just someone to use to muddy the waters. You could say that, and then you would have to say, because you're honest, because you have integrity, you'd have to also say, oh, look, and I guess, you know, with Shirley's ties to the Puckett family back in Indiana and everything, you know, it is possible that Shirley has said to her son, Barry, you know, could you do me a favor for my friend and hire her son or her nephew or whatever, you know. I mean, that is a possibility, isn't it? This is what happens, you know. People sort of offer jobs to people because they know the family and they're sort of doing a favor for mum because, you know, mum's told her friend that she'll see what she can do, and that might go against their gut instinct, or they might think, yeah, I'm a good guy. I want to help someone that's just got out of the clink for sexual assaults, you know, and didn't turn out so great for me, but hey, you know, that's, you know, there's a reason why I did it, and it wasn't to set him up. You know, if you've got integrity and if you're really trying to solve the mystery, you want the answer to that. You're not going to just tell the world, hey, yeah, he was setting him up, wasn't he? Look at these ties. I mean, that is dense to me. It's not that it might not be true, but it's dense. And to not be able to say, let's look at this, let's see what this might mean, and to have some integrity and talk about the various things it might mean with balance, then you're not going to find the answers. You're not going to find the answers, Linda, that you want about the fire and the rectangle, because you don't know when Mallory and Macy left the home. You don't know, where did Shirley come from? When did she arrive in Salida and where was she living? But, you know, when did Shirley last see Suzanne? When did Mallory and Macy actually leave the home and where were they? And you don't know who else other than Shirley, Barry, Mallory and Macy saw Suzanne. When did they last see Suzanne? Someone outside of that family group You don't know what day and you don't know what time. So this is a video call. Now perhaps the police have this. Perhaps it's a video call, or was it seen in person? You haven't tied that down yet. So you can worry all you want about, was George a volunteer firefighter? Did he attend that fire in Maysville a few days before Suzanne was reported missing? You know, because these answers will help you work out about the premeditation, who's involved, or where the smoke and mirrors are. Because isn't that what's interesting about cases? That's what intrigues me. Not only do you want justice for the person, you want to understand how these things occur and how they're thought out and planned and how they go down, you know. Were they just this terrible chain of events occurring after an awful event? Were they premeditated? How well thought out were they? What's suspicious and what's not? You don't even know the basics. So you've really got to concentrate on that. You know, Tara Puckett is telling Lauren that she's really, you know, suffering under misapprehension, as are so many of you. And at this late stage, you should be ashamed of yourself when you're getting online and you are spreading lies and rumor, whether it's just because you love Suzanne, someone you don't even know, or because you hate Barry, someone you don't even know, is besides the point. It's not right. Sorry, this is bouncing around. I'm getting really frustrated. I'll leave it at that. I hope you get where I'm coming from, okay? Just speak the truth. If you don't know the facts, go back and look, okay? I've got them in here about certain things, and I know what Boise Boz said about George and Barry. It's absolute bullshit. These two people didn't say these things about the bike site, the bike finding, the timing of it, how it was found, etc. You need to just go back and review, because at this late stage, to be coming up with this shit again and again, it's just like you're just a little case of vampire. But the thing is, it's damaging. It's damaging to Suzanne. It's damaging to her family. It's damaging to finding the truth. And that's what you say you want. But you're never going to get there, okay? Because you happily spread lies, falsities, rumors. It should be important to you. You can solve it without it. And it doesn't make it, it should make it easier for you to get to your goal, okay? And whether that's going to be, you know, Barry done it or someone else done it, you know. You think that every little bit of shit you can throw on him and make stick helps your case. It doesn't. It degrades you. It degrades you as a true crimer, you know, because you're about kind of true crime, fake crime, false crime, fucked up crime, made up crime. That's what you're about. You know, there should be a subgenre for people, so that you can go over onto some sort of sub, you know, YouTube true crime world, which is like, you know, maybe true crime, a little bit true, not so true, you know, and that's the little world that you belong in. It's inexcusable, okay? If you don't know, check first. Check your facts, check your quotes, check who said what and when, and then make a video, and then by all means make a case. Okay, and say, wow, you know, this happened and he said this, so it could mean this, this, or this. Okay, just like Barry's mother, Shirley, knowing and having ties to the Pucketts from way back and from another state, you know, yeah, it may mean that Barry had some information about someone and that he saw an easy target because of his history as a sexual abuser, and he's done jail time, and he's a meth, you know, he's been a drug addict. He may still be. He's saying he's sober now, I think, but you know, just these things about someone, it might make them an easy target for a setup, sure. And those exact same instances and facts might mean that a person could have wanted to have helped someone, or could have been under pressure from family members because of family ties to help someone. Now, Lauren Schaff should get in touch with Tara Puckett. She shouldn't have given her email address out to Dan Donovan. That was hilarious. So she's seen one of Dan Donovan's comments, and she's been intrigued, and she's probably flattered. She's got the scoop, and she does not know what she's in for. And I think there's two very deserving people finding each other there, because they have the same sort of style. They have the same sort of, quest for, an outcome at all costs, and they have a very loose understanding of what a fact is. So enjoy reading Dan Donovan's stories, Lauren. As I've said before in my channel, I think this person is likely to be Angela Glaskin, because they write about certain themes very similarly. They have the same obsessions. They have the same focuses. That is, that they are special when it comes to working with law enforcement and putting the truth out there on social media. This is what they're charged with. And anyway, good luck with that one. And everybody take care. I would like to be making more videos about Suzanne Morphew as I used to, and with the thoughts that I have about scenarios. But, you can't please people, because, even the original gangsters here, the OGs, some of them got their noses out of joint, because I could see different sides of stories based on fact. This is how Barry might have done it based on this. This is how Barry didn't do it based on this. This is how something else happened. And apparently you have to be black or white. There can't be 50 Shades of Suzanne. And that's not right, because until things are absolutes, you need to be able to keep an open mind and have all these different options in your head at any one time, so you know where your train of thought can go, and where you're not, without veering off the path of fact. Okay, so just keep in mind, purple, you need red and blue. If you don't have red and blue, you're never making purple. You're just talking shit.